Hey guys, welcome to day 15. Today we are going to do Timon. I can't believe we are halfway there already. It's after flying in. And I hope you guys are having loads of fun and learning loads of new techniques. If you're new and you haven't already hit that subscribe button, it is just under the video. And if you like what you see, don't forget to press the like button. Let's get going with Timon. So what we're going to start off with doing, guys, is mixing a little bit of yellow, white and a little bit of brown into the colour that we mixed up for Simba earlier on. And this is to make the colour for Timon's skin. Now there is a link on your screen right now to bring you to the video where we made up Simba's colour, if you haven't seen that one yet. So I'm adding a little bit more orange in, just to add a bit more colour to it. Once you're happy, add in your water and you're ready to go. So we're going to start off with the top of his head, and we're going to give him a really big curve. Nice big high curve. And then we're going to give him two curves on either side as well for his big cheeks. Then you want to drag your two big cheeks down towards the centre to make a nice little skinny neck for him. And then we're going to give him little skinny shoulders. So his shoulders need to be much smaller than the size of his head, the kind of size of his cheeks. And then once you're happy with that, you're going to fill it in. Then add your second layer of colour if you need one. Obviously after your first layer has dried. Then we're going to take our dark brown straight from the tube and we're going to give him two big round eggs for eyes. You want these to touch off the top of the very top curve and the side of the very top curve on both sides, but not touch off each other. And you want to add a second layer if necessary. Once you're happy with his eyes, we want to give him a big round nose. And again, you can give him an egg shape for his nose. And we're going to use the same colour that we've just used for his eyes. And then taking pink, you're going to give him a big cheesy smile. You want to make sure you leave a gap between his nose and his smile, but you do want the smile to wrap right around and up both sides. And then taking the same colour that we used for Simba's mane. Again, the mix for this was in the first video, the link was on the screen a little earlier on. You're going to wrap right around his mouth. You're going to curve down his cheeks a little bit. Then you can fill in half of his neck with it. And you want to give him his chest. So you don't want to completely fill in the bottom area, but you just want to give him a nice proud chest. Then we're going to take our white paint and we're going to do 2 smaller eggs inside our eggs that we did for his eyes earlier on. And these are going to be for the whites of his eyes. One on both sides. And then we like to see his teeth, so over the pink area that we painted earlier on, we're going to paint a white line on the top and then a smaller white line on the bottom for his teeth. He does like to show off those teeth when he smiles, so you want to make sure you got lots in there. I'm going to add a second layer of brown to his nose just to darken it down a bit more. And then you want to take your black and give him nice round eyebrows right on top of the dark brown egg that we did earlier on for his eye area. One on both sides. And then I'm just going to add a little outline around the whites of his eyes in the brown that we used. Just so there's a little brown ring all the way around his eyes. Then take your red paint and we're going to give him his fluffy hair on the top of his head. So you want it to be little flicks curving down to the center point in between his 2 eyes. Then you can give him his little black pupils. Little tiny eggs inside the white ones. You want these to be little small pupils. You don't want them to be quite as big as what we've been doing up till now. And then we're going to outline his mouth, his teeth, and his chest. And I'm just painting his nose in black here because I just feel black will make it stand out a little bit more than the brown. For his teeth, all you gotta do is draw little lines over the white area that you painted earlier on. Generally, if you start with the one in between the nose area, that gives you like your center point, and then you can just work a few teeth on either side of it. And once you're happy with that, you're going to outline his hair. So it's just loads of little spikes on the very top of his head. Then we're going to give him a slightly darker bottom eyelid. We're going to curve that up and around underneath his eye and stick it off his eye onto the side of his cheek. And the same on the other side. So off his cheek and wrap around the bottom of his eye. Then you can outline the rest of his cheek. I'm going to start just at the side of the eye, drag it down on both sides, and you're dragging down over the area that you've already painted in your kind of orangey shade for his skin. And then you're going to outline the rest of his cheek. and you can do this on both sides. We're going to give him two little curves just behind his nose, just to show off that his nose sticks out a bit further than his eyes do. And we're going to give him a little pointy chin too. Taking our brown straight out of the tube, we are going to give him his big round ears, just dangling behind his cheeks. So they're little half moons dragged up a little bit high on both sides. And then taking the colour for his little chest, we're going to do a few little flicks out over the lines, just to show that he's furry. Don't forget to add his little cheeky smile lines over his lips. And then using our black, we're going to outline his ears. Then I'm just going to add a second layer of brown into his ears to make them a little bit darker. And then we're going to take his normal skin colour and overlap a few of the lines with this colour as well, just to show again that he's furry. And we're going to add a tiny little bit of purple to show off the dark portion of his mouth. All that's left to do now is top coat him and cure him. Wait for him to dry first before you put top coat anywhere near him, and then make sure he's perfectly sealed in. So that's it for Timon. And if any of you guys didn't actually know, Timon is a meerkat, who happens to be my absolute favourite animal in the whole world. I absolutely adore meerkats. And I did at one point have the super joy of having a meerkat sit on my shoulder. If I can find the picture, I will share it in the Facebook group as well. There is also a poll in the Facebook group at the minute for you guys to choose our next Disney movie that we move on to. The Nightmare Before Christmas is winning at the minute. I think it was the last time I checked anyway, unless that has changed since I checked last. So we just have Zazu and Rafiki to do now from The Lion King, and then that's it, The Lion King's done. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today. Please hit that subscribe button. It will really help me grow, and if we can hit 500 subscribers before the end of the 30 days, I'm going to add another 5 days onto our challenge. So guys, that's it from me today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye!